Hi Leo, welcome to your tarot slash oracle card reading for the month of June 2015. Okay, congrats you guys. You guys made it through halfway through the year. Alright, so I will be using the Top Tarot deck and the Healing with the Angels oracle cards by Doreen Virtue. Oh, and the Top Tarot is by Aleister Crowley. Alright. So, I just did this video and it just totally, like, I had to redo it now, but it's fine. So what I did was, I pulled out 3 pair of cards. The first pair of cards representing the first part of the month, and then the middle, the second pair of cards representing the middle part of the month, and then the last pair of cards representing the last part of the month. All right, and then a special card, advice card from Healing with the Angels by Oracle by Doreen Virtue. All right. So Leo, for the first part of the month, we have defeat. Don't worry. And then I also have the universe. It's like one of the best cards to get in the major arcana, or in the whole tarot deck. Alright, so defeat. Why are you guys feeling defeated? Okay, maybe, I'm just kidding. Some of you may have gotten into a, some kind of miscommunication argument. Maybe you guys thought you guys weren't going to accomplish something, or maybe you've been delayed in some way. It's affecting you very much, maybe a lot psychologically. I see a lot of just tension in the situation. Maybe it has to do something with a love relationship. Maybe you guys have had miscommunication, but remember that Mercury's still in retrograde. It'll be going forward by June 11th, which is like, I consider it like the last part of the beginning of the month, if that makes sense. Alright, but hey, the table turns around. The universe, you have the universe afterwards. Okay, after the defeat, maybe like some turn of events happen. Maybe maybe it was that miscommunication, and it just starts to evolve in a great way. Maybe you thought you weren't going to accomplish something. I'm seeing maybe some of you guys thought you weren't going to, I don't want to say graduate, or some of you thought you weren't going to get that, maybe keep that job or find a job, or how do I say, oh yeah, find a job. Maybe some of you thought you weren't going to get into a certain school. It has a lot to do with, like, you know, the working environment, and also a lot with love. If it has to do something with love, maybe when you have the universe, the defeat, and the universe card, maybe you guys have been through a lot. Maybe you guys went through a series of events, because this is like the last card of the major arcana, meaning you guys went through a lot of maybe life lessons together, and now you guys are, the universe is basically, you guys have learned a lot of, like, have a lot of life experiences, that now it's time to basically go back to the innocent way. I don't know how to say. It's time to fool around, play, just get along. A lot of great things are coming up with this, in the beginning of the month as well. Maybe you see, also I think of it as accomplishing, like, school as well. You guys have been through a series of events. Maybe it's like the last part of maybe a college or a high school. It's the last part of, like, a cycle of life, you know. Now you guys have evolved. It's time to not necessarily party, but it's time to go back to a time when you just, like, you know, just an innocent, just have fun. You guys have been working very hard, and it's time to, like, celebrate about it. It's time to acknowledge that what you've learned. Alright, so for the middle of part of the month, I get Queen of Swords, and then I also have the Emperor. So for Queen of Swords, okay, I see you guys rising. You guys are rising from the ashes. Maybe this has to do with that defeat, but you guys conquer something. I see you guys rising up. Maybe it's an authority. Maybe it's in that job promotion. Maybe it's in that relationship. You guys are just accomplishing, or you guys you pretty much won the battle in something. Maybe it was during with that defeat card over there. You conquer it. You're the star of the show, basically. Maybe you rise up. You thought that you weren't going to make it. You thought you were going to fail. Maybe you've thought of yourself as a failure psychologically already, but now you're seeing the results. You're seeing the improvement. You're seeing the bright side. And then you have the Emperor. So after your victory of some sort, or maybe the relationship of some sort, it's time to relax. Maybe it's time to plan for that vacation. Maybe it's time to just relax, after working maybe very hard on a certain project or something. You accomplish it, but it's good to rest, but also it's good to plan and work. Acknowledge your victory, but also keep working at it. Don't get lazy, which you won't be, because you have the Emperor. He still wants to work. He still wants to tell his ideas. You guys have grown a lot. That's why you have the Universe card. You guys have matured a lot. That the difference between laziness and not doing anything, and doing something but relaxing at the same time, if that makes sense. Leos, maybe you've learned the lesson for this year for you was hard work does pay off, and when you give it your all, you see results. You might not see them in the beginning. You might even have a setback, but you do move forward if you allow yourself, and if you set those intentions well, and if you think positive and you don't give up. Maybe that was your lesson for this month of some sort. That's what I am getting for you guys. So for the last part of the month, I get interference. So interference, we're still in that part of maybe Mercury retrograde. Maybe after June 11th, some of it's still like in the air. It's still going out till maybe July. Maybe the past seems to come back to you. I'm sorry. Maybe in this new relationship, maybe an ex comes back and maybe tries to convince you to take them back or whatever. Maybe interference, maybe some kind of thing that you were struggling with, maybe some kind of addiction or obsession, comes back and hits you in the face of it. Or maybe I don't know, your old boss comes back and maybe pleads you, like, oh, I'll give you a raise or something, or something. Maybe you're feeling tired, maybe from all this moving and planning and just working hard and yet relaxing. Maybe you haven't been resting enough. Maybe you've gotten yourself into a new program. You got in a new class or some kind of nutritional program or something. Maybe it's hard on you, and yes, it is. Maybe you're starting this month, which in June and summer people usually tend to start something new because they have more time, or maybe they have a new job, and at first it might not be as easy as they thought it would be. But as we get that card along for the last part of the month, we also have happiness that comes along. So maybe give it some time, adjust to it. Starting something new is always not as easy, but Leo, you know how to make it happen. You have that charisma. You have that special spark in you. You bring people happiness. You can bring yourself happiness. You have many gifts, and you'll make it work somehow. Alright, and the special card that I have for you guys, I pulled, it just popped out. Romance. Very beautiful card. You guys can see that, yeah. So, what I'm getting for romance is maybe this month it does emphasize on romance. Maybe the whole struggle was with romance, and maybe the struggle was maybe getting to know one another. Maybe you guys maybe need some kind of self-improvement for both of you. Maybe you guys can work on it together. Maybe you guys are joining some kind of nutritional, maybe working out together. Maybe you guys are taking a class together. Maybe you guys are taking a vacation together. Just maybe spending some quality time with each other if you are in a relationship. And if you're not in a relationship yet, it's a great time to ask the angels or God, or just manifest that idea of romance, having more romance in your life. Maybe you're just going. The more you do, let's say, the more you go out and put yourself out there, you might find a romance, the romance that you've been looking for. When you put yourself out there and you work, like I'm saying, like in an environment or something, or maybe you're taking that vacation, you will maybe perhaps find the romance that you're looking for. Also, maybe also it might not have, it might not have to do with necessarily a relationship, but it might have to do a relationship between you and yourself, basically. Maybe having more self-love, maybe pampering yourself more, maybe asking guidance from the angels and God, just finding that spiritual. It doesn't necessarily have to be from God or the angels if you don't necessarily believe in that. Maybe finding a meditation workshop, some kind of class or something, a yoga. Maybe finding that peace, that inner peace in you, if that makes sense. Alright, but it looks like a really great month for you guys. And romance doesn't always have to mean in a relationship. It could also mean only for about you, working on self-improvement, or like giving yourself love, but love that you deserve. Surrounding yourself by really great people. And who knows, maybe something could evolve there if you're looking for a relationship. And if, for those who are in a relationship, Leos, you you guys are very good at romance. Mm. And also communicate with your partner if you're in a relationship, because maybe you guys might need a talk of some sort. Maybe you guys can plan something together. Alright, but congratulations, Leo. You guys have conquered so many things this year. I see the universe. You guys have learned so much. Please do not give up on yourselves. You guys are awesome. I love you guys. Leos are just so phenomenal. They're amazing. Alright? You're like little kitties. You're like, alright. And, alright. Well, have a great month, alright? Bye!